Hold on a second. Give me a minute with the camera. Give me a second. It's gonna be flashing back. It'll flash back. Alright. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another brand new video. And yes, it is time. We're gonna do another reaction video. Yes, I am Golden Devin-Foxy Remastered again. And today we're gonna be reacting to is Sniper's Moonshine. So before we do react to this video, by the way, and by any other reason, a chance to say is that before we do get started on the reaction video, is hopefully to say this, by the way, that I am surprised in the playoffs of the NFL 2026 predictions, and I'm like pretty damn surprised for this second. So the only teams who are in this apparently that might show on the screen on my TV apparently when I might just like fully explain it in a reaction video or maybe just in the beginning of the video while still playing like FNAF Help Wanted on VR apparently, which that might still be a good amount of like a heads up or a settle, I guess, or whatever that will be. So let me just go ahead and say this: that for the only teams I probably don't want to win in the playoffs, apparently, let me go ahead and just clarify is this for a second. So let me go ahead and just scramble a little bit of seeing who I probably wouldn't want to like see who probably would win in the playoffs. So the team who I don't want to go in, the only team who I don't want to see who wins in the playoffs is the Rams, apparently, because I would say it's hell to the F no. That I do not want to see the Rams winning in the playoffs and the Super Bowl either. So hell no to the Rams. So And the only ones who I don't want to see next is the 49ers because it's too obvious. Rivalry still counts. Because I don't want 49ers to win in the Super Bowl either. So bye-bye on the boat and bye-bye to leave. And I'd say is good. I hope the Eagles do kick their ass. Because, I hope the Phillies just come right after and kick their butts. Because, that will be even a good settlement in that round is kicking their butts. And I'm like, to be honest, I thought the Seahawks were going to face the Eagles. But I guess we're going to probably just wait and settle to see how that will play out, I guess. So that probably clarifies it. And the next team I don't want to see who wins in the playoffs, apparently, are the Green Bay Packers. So here's what I also want to say is another reason of why I don't want Packers to win. The reason I don't want the Green Bay Packers to win too, by the way, is because I prefer the Bears over than the Packers anyway, because we get it every time. I'm saying it again that I don't care. Like, seriously, all I'm preferring to say is like, nah, brother, I just prefer the Chicago Bears over them Green Bay Packers because it's just so better to say is like, yeah, Bears are kicking their ass. I really say again that I do find another like Spirit of Light apparently on a different amount of an answer by saying is like, oh yes, I can see visionally why I don't want Packers to be in there. And I'd say, good. I hope Bears take care of them, and I hope the Bears just give them a pound of whipping because it's going to be a long, good butt kicking right there for the Bears to do that. So hopefully, I guarantee 100% the Bears to definitely win and beat them down. That's all I probably would want to see that exactly. So there you go. That explains three answers I don't want to be in the playoffs. Is apparently Rams, 49ers, Packers. Absolutely gonzo. Just want those three other teams out. Because the only teams I don't want to see who probably would be gone is Seahawks, Bears, and a bit of Panthers. And then maybe less of Eagles. Because Eagles are the current champions, right? They are the current champions. Like, think about this for a minute. Even this might be a little bit of a different, obvious, tricky point by saying is like, oh, for those who just want Eagles to win again twice times in a row, yeah, not really gonna kind of happen, bruh. That's just not really gonna kind of happen like that. Like, if they try to win again, it's just another point again. That's the same re-kind again without the putting in the ice cream kind of thing. By saying it's like, what's the point of getting more ice cream when you can specifically just win more boring ice cream and just let its same team win the damn ass Super Bowl again. That just makes zero complete sense. Like, can we just please get a team that just didn't even make a very almost quite of a cut to win the Super Bowl, which I'd still prefer Seahawks to win the Super Bowl anyway, unlike Eagles, which I'll still give less hate for the Phillies for Eagles. Like, come on. Just please. I'm like, seriously, please. For the love of God right now. Just for the please of sake, come on. Like, I really would rather prefer to see the only teams just staying in the Super Bowl are definitely acquired to be is Seahawks, Bears, Eagles, then Panthers. I prefer pretty much four of these teams to stay in the Super Bowl. I prefer those teams to be in that Super Bowl, like considering the fact of it. So yes, I would say Seahawks, Bears, Eagles, and Panthers to stay in the playoffs. That's all I probably would want to see in that Super Bowl, just to say that answer. And then if Eagles do probably face the Seahawks, which I have to guarantee to say is like, yeah, I think it's going to be the Seahawks' turn to give that a good instant kick butt at the Eagles, which all I'm going to say apparently right now that I think quietly that I say that, well, I think the Seahawks are going to just beat the Eagles. Just apparently beat the Eagles. So there you go. That's my prediction of saying that answer in that version, since I know I'm kind of making this a bit of an early time for me to make this anyway, just for an early conversation. But I would kind of just prefer the Seahawks beating the Eagles in the end, which I know the Bears or Panthers might be eliminated next, so I kind of prefer Seahawks. Now, let's see what's on the left. So, even though this is just a Seahawk version, I'm just saying that I'm preferring to say this is just a Seahawk version of if they win the Super Bowl. So here's what the next ones I don't want to see in the Super Bowl is the only one team I don't want to be is the Chargers, since, yeah, I probably would prefer them being out. The only teams I don't want to see who probably gets eliminated is Broncos, in Texans or maybe Steelers, I think, maybe. And then pretty much consider a bit of Patriots and Jaguars, since I know this might be a little tricky catch. So I guess that's all I can say, I think, since that's all I can probably just mention right now. And yeah, I know this is just a video that I'm just mentioning anyways, so just pretty much. So don't worry if I have to make this a little bit somewhat of a long video. Just want to let you guys just kind of understand how I'm envisioning a bit of this version of Seahawks and then Texans, which I might get to Texans next, which I know I'm making this like an extra long conversation, so bear with me. I'll at least try to play the video as I can and explain the video before I will mention about the timestamp being played. So just hold it and hold your horses a little bit, and then we'll get back to the conversation at hand. So that's all I wanted to say. And yes, I'll remind you guys about the timestamp. I will constantly will play the video and have it done. So that's all I'm going to say, and that's just what I'm going to talk about that. Thank you. So, anyway, as I was going to definitely say, is that the only teams I definitely want to see who would be in the Super Bowl at the playing in the Super Bowl right now would be the Texans version. So, I would say Texans would win against the Steelers, which I think I would prefer to say Texans would win. And I think this might be another tricky question, since I probably would want the Bills to kind of beat the Jaguars, since honestly I think the Jaguars did kind of okay, but I think in this very vision that I'm just visioning that I kind of would want the Bills to kind of win over the Jaguars. So probably, since I think that might be an obvious choice and a little bit less of an obvious choice, but hey, who's even counting in the end? So yeah, I kind of prefer pretty much the Bills to win over than the Jaguars. And then the next question summons a little bit of the question by saying is like, oh, the Broncos versus the Bills. Well, I would say the Broncos. Even though I will probably make this an obvious question, is totally the Broncos over than the Bills. Because I mean, the the Broncos might still get a good chance again anyway to just give a good quick eliminated on the Bills faster to do that. So I probably would prefer that anyway. And then finally comes down with like Patriots and Texans, which I know this might be another huge interesting conversation, as I would prefer the Texans over the Patriots, because I mean at this point they probably did try to face the Seahawks last time, or maybe was a different year, exactly like a long way year exactly before that even happened. So that's probably what was going on, I think. So I probably prefer the Texans over than the Patriots. So there you go. And the next question would probably would to be is the Broncos and Texans. Well, I probably prefer Texans over Broncos. So there you go. And also, if Texans did lose, by the way, I probably would say Seahawks and Broncos at a big, interesting match. Like, it's going to be a good one, which I would so prefer that to happen with Broncos and Seahawks making a face off each other to face. And then finally, with Texans version, I would say if it comes down to a hard comparison choice between, however this goes with the Panthers or pretty much the Bears or Eagles, I'd say Texans and Eagles, which I would say this in a very interesting conversation. It would totally be Texans and Eagles to face each other in the Super Bowl. So that's my predictions at the end of the day. That's all I'm saying. That this might be my prediction. I will just go on and on and on and just talk about that explanation and just talk about why I would prefer two versions to happen. Which no, by the way, I do not want to see. The only teams not to be eliminated are Seahawks and Texans, because at this point, I really would kind of prefer seeing two versions happening. Is these two versions for Seahawks and Texans? So here's like a conversation at the end before we start playing this video. So I know you guys can skip this video until I will play the video and finally just get it on with. So what I would say, what I prefer is Seahawks and Broncos facing each other in a big matchup. I would see Seahawks and Broncos facing each other. And I mean, hey, I thought it was going to be Seahawks and Eagles going to face each other, but I guess it was like, I forgot. It's logic. I forgot that was going to happen. So, yeah, I hope to say is I will root for the Eagles to finally get rid of the Niners, because they're done already. Which I'm like, come on, they cannot keep coming back from more injuries again. Like, it's seriously. Like, imagine going back from injuries, being more injuries again. Like, what's the point of coming back again if you continue to get injuries still? Like, aren't you all supposed to go get a doctor or something to get that kind of fixed? Like, that's gotta be embarrassing. Seriously, it's the same thing as I'm gonna keep on blah blah blahing about every time, so don't ask. And don't ask why I would say that, because I don't really give a crap about 49ers. I only preferred Seahawks anyway, because bad ass. Anyway, here's what I'm also going to say too, apparently. So, yeah, I would definitely prefer Seahawks and Broncos having a good matchup at this one. So, there you go. And finally, for last in the Texans version, it would be Texans and Eagles, which I could be wrong again. I could be wrong again if that happens. But like I said, it could definitely be Texans and Eagles facing each other and a good face-off. So, yes, that's what I would predict. Very good and lightly that I would prefer likely exactly to be. The only answer it would should be is that answer. So there you go. That's my end of the answer. So there you go. And also, you guys can definitely be ready before I start mentioning this anyway. So, yes, sorry if I had to talk this long, but I just wanted this conversation, a bit of the NFL predictions kind of over with. And if you guys do agree what I had to say, then go ahead and subscribe. If you're also new to like this idea, then yeah, go ahead and definitely like the idea. If you don't, then hey, I mean, I tried making that prediction anyway, just myself to make that answer. It's just Seahawks and Broncos and Texans and Eagles. That's it. So that's just what I want to talk about, and that's would it be a good, interesting choice up exactly if that were to be the choice of that necessarily way. But there you go. That's all I wanted to ask. But as of now, let's just get on with this reaction video, and let's just get this anyways. So, today's reaction we're going to be reacting to is Sniper's Moonshine. And before we do consider reacting to this video, please be sure to give this video a like and comment and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified so that you guys, again, will not miss a single video that comes on this channel. So thank you, and with that being said, let's begin this reaction. Let's totally get this started in 3, 2, 1, and let's start the video. And yes, subscribe to the original person if you're new, then yes, go ahead and subscribe. So as of now, let's go.
Okay, hear me out. This right there is not just any good shit. It's the alien queen of good shit for which every single shit in the world would commit credit card fraud. Are you ready to have your mind blown to pieces? So hear me out.
Okay.
Piss.
Piss. Like he's saying is piss. Like he's just doing it anyway, just trying to think what the pirate's gonna think. Bruh. Of course you're gonna bring your piss in along in this conversation, Sniper. Of course you're bringing that conversation in.
Blown to pieces. So hear me out. Piss. Add some sugar, pure ethanol. Shake it up so that the sugar properly dissolves. And like fruit-based liquors, you don't have to wait several months for the sugar to dissolve in that juice. Just a few shakes are enough.
How do you even do that, by the way? Can anybody please just explain me in the piss dictionary? How the hell do you do that? Like, I'm not sure how that's even ingredients, man. I'm not sure how that's ingredients, which I could still try to agree on to neither side with Pyro or Sniper in here, but I'm really wanting to ask this question very positively by saying, like, how do you even do that? Mixing two amounts of anything that you do in piss. How do you do that?
Especially if the piss is fresh enough, thanks to your buddy. And
oh my
this is
God,
how you make yourself some Moonshine.
Wow. Okay, now the pyro's really gonna start asking this one again. Oh my lord. Yeah, that is gonna be the hardest question of even answering it. So he said was like, moonshine. Like, how do you call that piss moonshine? You just literally add a few ingredients in there just in order to make Pyro throw up, but you can't just take the mask off because he threw it up in his own mask, so why even the point of it? He said it was like, Christ, did the Queen's death fuck you so hard that your copying solution are piss Lilligers? Oh my God. What?
No, I'm just mad at that stupid horse.
The horse?
Always busy with work, they say. And yet they decide to procrastinate every weekend, leaving us in this cold electric storage just long enough for them to forget about us.
What?
I'm more than just a sum of hitboxes and friendships that count like dust for years. I deserve some respect here.
Oh, I swear, just... Has anyone seen my head sanitizer?
Oi, Doc!
Huh?
Try this!
What?
Needs some nice cures.
Fuck on, no! I'm sorry, mate.
Bruh.
Testing.
Wow. Man, Pyro's really wanting to say this question by saying, seriously, how many shots was that? Bro, this would be Pyro's face being pissed. Man, I mean, in this scenario, if I probably would have been on this side right here from what Pyro was saying, bruh. I don't know if that's even a real thing, which I might look up what moonshine even means in order of piss ingredients, but what the fuck was going on right there from you, Sniper? Like, that's gotta be something from literally from what you just do, and what you literally just go for is that.
No! I'm sorry, mate.
It's still interesting.
I don't know, maybe 12 without the credits?
Bruh. Wow, that's gotta be a lot. That's gonna be a lot of that's going on. Sincerely, that's just gotta be a really a lot.
I just got that. Very clever. Oh, you could also add some lime and salt, just like the margarita.
Nah, this might be the much. Worth it.
Right. Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say, Sniper. Anyway, let me just go ahead and just clarify a few other talking points here in this video. It's just that, okay, well, in this kind of answer, what Sniper just really went for is calling it a moonshine piss. Like, how do you even add two of those ingredients inside the piss bottle? Like, how do you even do that in the jar? Seriously? What? Really, Sniper, you just made the power probe in his mask. Like, I don't really kind of get what was that about, but bruh, oh my god. Like, that makes zero sense. Like, if I was Power right now, I'd done the same. And I would have instantly ran to the bathroom of a clean bathroom to throw it up. Like, man, that's just odd as hell. And I mean, it's a good thing I probably would say exactly that, man, I wouldn't have been Sniper at this point because I would not have done that. Like, sincerely, I would have not done that. Which apparently, probably not. So, here's what I'm going to say too, by the way, exactly, is that, well, hope that you guys enjoyed this interesting reaction and definitely enjoyed it. So, pretty much. And oh yeah, as of course of right now, as I hope that you guys in fact definitely enjoyed this video. Truly as always, hope that you guys enjoyed it. So pretty much. So anyways, let it be said again, ladies and gentlemen, that I am yours truly to be is Golden Devin-Foxy Remastered again, and I will definitely see you guys in fact absolutely in the next video. And I just also want to point out too, by the way, and I also want to say is this, by the way, is that, yeah, sorry for a bit of the long video, just because I just wanted this conversation over with. Doesn't mean I just wanted to like make the prediction as I wanted to be speaking about. It's about saying, like, oh, which teams kind of deserve to be facing each other in the Super Bowl, which is just something I really wanted to kind of get along with, exactly, just get that completely done. And just say is this, that the only ones I want to say as of now is just saying is this. I would prefer Seahawks and Broncos head to head in the Super Bowl in that final championship match would be the amazing. And it would totally be pretty based in Seattle and Denver going on at it for this, which that would have been crazy. And plus, didn't anybody saw that demo head right there near that rock, by the way, since I did see it, by the way? And bro, his eye freaking opened. I literally saw that right there that I just didn't notice, but until I saw it now, yes, I saw him move his own eye, and I'm like, what? How did he shape-shift it to a rock? Like, getting an order for a head to be on a rock is just, wow. But damn, just... yeah, pretty much. Just pretty much. And, oh, as of what I was also going to say, too, by the way, in the next second version of the Texans, if they do try to win, which also if the Seahawks do lose, by the way, to the Eagles, by the way, it would totally be sincerely be Texans and Eagles head-to-head in a face-off, which that, by the way, folks, would be pretty based if I saw that in action, which, trust me, I would love to see that in action by having Texans and Eagles head-to-head in Houston and Phillies going at each other for that match, which that totally would change the boundary pretty damn based and pretty well, which even though I did wanted to say that clearly that Texans had never won a Super Bowl in the first time in history, which it is insane. And it's also nuts for the first time to ever to see that happen. Bro, I would love to see Texans winning that one exactly against the Eagles anytime, which also, by the way, if Seahawks do lose, I kind of would be sad to see that happen. I would be disappointed for them to lose, which likely I probably would feel a bit sad for them anyways. But hey, at least they're still the champs of the West, exactly of the West Division. So hey, I can't personally just blame Seahawks at the West Division being kings and champs at this point, since, well, that's probably a bit true, to say at the least anyways. So, yeah. that's just what I probably would say as of right now. And hopefully, again, we're going to see what happens in the Super Bowl. What happens in the Super Bowl stays in the Super Bowl, and see what happens in that reason. So hopefully, we're just going to find out and see what happens in that one. And yeah, so again, everybody, I hope that you guys, in fact, enjoyed this video, and definitely consider enjoying this video. Which, by the way, this was just only about like the 12-minute mark, or near 13 minutes of the mark of actually me explaining about, me like theorizing about like who would win the Super Bowl in two different versions between Seahawks and Texans. Either heading to a win match between, I don't know, the Broncos and Eagles. So, yes, that probably would be my only answers to be in there. And if Seahawks or Texans don't win, I'd say, nah, F that shit. I'm just done. I would totally be done. I'd say, like, no, no, no. That's a big no, no, no. I'm just done. That's when I would say, like, hell no. I'm putting my hands up to the hell no. I would be out of that door, and I'd say, like, nah, get that fucking crap off out of here, and just, like, come on now. Like, even though I'm just trying to describe a few different expressions I was trying to say anyways, but you get the point anyway from what I'm saying. So, anyways, all I gotta say is, hopefully, we'll see what happens on the 10th, or see what happens on whatever on January, of whoever tries to win the Super Bowl anyways. But there you go. That's just pretty much what my answers would have to be as of now. So without further ado, and without that being said, man, it's going to be an interesting talk and a huge interesting conversation of what that would probably be described and totally yet be absolutely explained. So as of now, and as of what I'll totally say anyways, so thank you guys definitely for watching. Definitely going to go right ahead and sign off, and definitely sign out anyway. So without further and yet further ado, I'll see you guys, in fact, absolutely, in the next video. Please be sure to give this video a like and comment and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified so that you guys, again, will and will not miss a single video that comes on this channel. So there you go. That's all I want to talk about. That's all I wanted to say anyways. But without further ado, and that being still said, I'm definitely going to sign off and just sign out. And without further ado, folks, see you guys next time. And yes, apparently I will definitely just get on with the rest of what I'm just dealing with in FNAF non-VR exactly of right now, since I'll probably get to that anyways next. So there you go. And yeah, so without further ado, thanks for watching. And also, yeah, nobody better not try Sniper's new creative thing that he just made of piss. Look, I mean, probably not. So, yeah, probably not. Sincerely, probably not. So, without further ado, and without that being said, I will just go ahead and sign off right now and just get going anyways and totally yet sign off. So, without that being said, see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace on out. See you guys in the next video. And yet, see you guys next time. Thanks again for watching. See you later. Peace out. Or should I say is, thanks for watching and signing on out. Because there's no way I'm not going to say the peace now, because, yeah, I kind of just made the idea to the point where I just didn't want to go ahead and say it. So, bruh. Anyway, now I'm going to say is like, thanks again for watching. Without the other one, I'm not going to say. Because, damn it, Sniper. Of course, I just don't know why I had to go for this again. But, I'm not going to blame Sniper or Pyro into this. But I'm saying is, again, even though they are clearly red exactly, which I think I kind of would rather side with Pyro. Thank you very much. I would rather side with Pyro. Anyway, let me just go ahead and say this, that I will say is, thanks for watching. And I'll be saying is like, catch you later and see you next time. Signing out. Later and goodbye.